As a proactive measure against flood in Lagos, residents and more importantly those living along Ogun River Banks have been urged to relocate to higher grounds as the Ogun-Osun River Basin Development Authority (OORBDA) plans to release water from Oyan Dam any moment from now. This comes as the State Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, says this appeal becomes necessary, stating that the water release will help to maintain the sanctity of the dam and its socio-economic implications for Lagos State.
The dam is equipped with 4 radial gates capable of releasing up to 2,271 cubic meters per second during peak periods. However, current releases are measured at 208 cubic meters per second, with only 2 gates open at 12% capacity each, ensuring control and steady discharge.
Floods are not uncommon in northern Nigeria. However, Maiduguri saw its worst flood in 30 years in the month of September after the Alo Dam breached its banks. The heavy surge of water buried half the state capital, damaging buildings and infrastructure. But the unfortunate incident could have been avoided.
Basically, we're talking about saving lives. Saving lives. Even if it's just one life, let alone in the case of these communities, we could be talking of hundreds, maybe even thousands of lives. By 2023, the pollution that we all agreed that we're going to reduce, it had never been so high in the history of humanity. So yes, there's a lot of aberrations. You can call it corruptions, you can call it nonchalance, but the reality is that the decision makers are not appreciating the reality of the situation of making a decision that is not implemented well or not making the right decision at all.
There has to be approaches to waste management, approaches to flood risk mapping, so that and dam management. Now, in dam management, one of the issues we have is in budgeting for dams because they are huge infrastructure. Approaches to constructing roads in such a way that the roads can plug some of the water, when it floods heavily, in ways that it can be channeled back to the Atlantic. In a state like Lagos that is prone to flooding, such approaches can be done.
While the Lagos state government says it fully recognizes the challenges faced by residents of the affected communities, which include Kara, Mile 12, Agility, Ikosiketu, Owode Ajegunle and Odo Ogun as reported, the commissioner has assured of constant close monitoring of the situation and collaboration with relevant agencies to address humanitarian concerns, particularly for vulnerable groups like women, children, the elderly, and people living with disabilities, among others. In Lagos, for News Central, I'm Bettina Nwili.